control. Politicians and celebrities make deals behind closed doors, promises broken, and their income source. Hidden agendas run the grand parade. In the circus, choose a masquerade. Believe me, I wouldn't lie. I've been given money, power, and fame to keep you in line.
Welcome, everyone. Today we have a real story time. I know I haven't been streaming for a while, but busy, blah, 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 blah. It is spring break for me, so I'm technically supposed to be relaxing and doing nothing. Anyways, so I have a real story time. This is somebody who I actually know. This is something that happened to them. This is not hearsay. This is direct from the source, and we have known about the story for years now, and it's finally come to a head. So we'll be talking about that. And then I'll be talking about some other people that I've heard of and their stories and some other things that are going on that relate to this. So the boomers are, and I would say even very like the oldest end of Gen X. So the older Gen X and the boomers, this is the most, I would say, like, you know, when they talk about how guys are just sick perverts, like this was like probably like the sickest perverted generation of dudes. Like they were always talking about like, let's go and bang some chicks, brah. Like that's like how they grew up. Everything was like trying to get chicks. But anyways, they eventually, most of them got married, had kids, families, blah, 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 blah. And the whole like OnlyFans stuff, like how they're making so much money. And then you have like all the Instagram fake influencers that are finessing dudes for money. Like all of these things, it doesn't make sense because the younger guys that they're like supposedly not dating, not getting women, not sleeping around or whatever, they don't have all the money to fund all of this. So it was just like a mystery to me because I always imagine like the older generations, most of them like are married. And if they get a divorce, they get remarried very, very quickly. These people are not like single for long. So when you see like all this vast money is pouring into this industry, you're like, where is it coming from? Because the younger kids, they don't have all this money. They can't afford to do that even if they wanted to. And then now I'm getting all these stories and it turns out that it's the older Gen X and the boomers that are still alive. And it's very, very sad. So what tends to happen as people get older now, it's not like before. We don't have very healthy food and water and our air is torture-y, like not torture. What am I saying? It's like toxic. There's stuff, you know, they're spraying stuff on it. They're trying to keep us down. We're getting dementia at crazy rates. This was not normal before. And this isn't just here. I know there's like, I believe there's some towns in other countries where the whole town has dementia and then the people who work there are basically their caretakers, but it gives them a sense of autonomy. So this is like a big problem. A lot of people think they're going to grow old and then they're going to have all the money that they save for retirement and investments and everything's going to be great and peachy keen. But the reality is you're going to grow old and there's a very high chance you're going to be demented. That means you're not going to be with it. You're not going to know what's going on. And maybe you have a good family that's going to take care of you, but most likely it's not going to happen if you don't do like good things. Like if you don't, when you have the money and the power to be a good person, if you choose not to be a good person, when you grow old, there's not going to be anyone who has any sympathy for you to take care if you left. And that's what people don't realize when they start propagating all these ideas of just, you know, cheat on people, just do whatever you want, like all this narcissistic stuff with society. When you get old and you're frail and you need help, if you were not a good person, if you didn't do right by other people, you're out of luck. It's over. Anyway, so this is a story I'm just going to tell you guys. All right. So there's this couple that we know. They've been together for, I don't know, 25, 30 years at this point, a long time. They have kids. They have everything together. The dude was a CEO for a long time of like a big company. Now, he lived very frugally. He did not buy his wife and kids anything. He did not give them a free ride. Just because they were married, it didn't matter to him, like boomer mentality. So the kids had to take out student loans. If the kids wanted to do a sports event, the wife had to work a part-time job or do some sort of like extra stuff or sell stuff online or whatever to make money to pay for the kids, whatever they wanted to do, extracurricular activities and stuff. So this was not like a generous man by far and wide, right? This is someone who's like very selfish, whatever. It's like the boomer and mentality. This is like a real boomer. So they're very much like, I'm the best, I'm wonderful. Everybody else should, make it their own way or whatever. And I'm not going to give anything to my kids. Nobody gave me anything because they were living in the best economy. So because they had it so easy, they feel like they're entitled to everything and they don't have to help their own wife, let alone their progeny. They don't care, right? So anyways, the wife is a good wife. This is not a bad wife. This is a wife that wants to be with her husband, loves her husband, will do whatever she can for him. So like, I know there's a lot of stories where like the wife was the problem too. I get that. This isn't one of those. Those are for another day. This is a particular story. So anyways, the wife took care of his parents when they aged, when they were infirm, like wiped butts, hospital visits, the whole 9 yards. Took care of the kids, cooked, cleaned, and worked extra if she needed money for anything, whatever, extra. So this is like not a bad person. But the dude was super selfish. He completely stopped sleeping with his wife after, I think, like one of the kids, like the last kid that they had. And this is not what she wanted. She went to therapy with him, didn't want to sleep with her. Okay, fine. He said, I'm depressed. I'm on medications for depression. And it took away my libido. So she stuck by him, said, okay, I'll just, be a good wife and stick by him while he's going through this, whatever. And then she catches him giving money to a young 20-year-old intern at the company, something to the tune of $60,000 or so. So there's a big fight. They go back to therapy, yada, yada, yada. Did not do anything with this girl. He just wanted to give money to a young, hot girl. Like that's just, we noticed there's a pattern coming up with this. Like just whenever you see a young, hot girl, just want to throw money at her and stuff. Okay. So that happens. They work through it. They deal with it, whatever. A couple years later, it happens again. Another fight, another bullshit, whatever. Now it's gotten to the point where he retired. He's bored. So he spends a lot of time online and, acting a little weird and off. They're very cordial, respectful to each other and everything. There's no fighting or anything like that. But he leaves his computer open. So she finds out that he has been giving money to AI girls on Instagram. Like, when you look at the Instagram feed, they're AI. He's not meeting with them. He's not video chatting with them. He's not having any sort of communication with them where he can make sure this is an actual human. No, he's doing it only on chat for hours on chat. So he spends all of his time chatting with what he thinks is a beautiful young girl. Now you have to understand, this is an old retired man. This is not an attractive dude. He is past. Anyways, but he believes in his mind. And then he convinces himself that these chicks are sincere or that he's helping them maybe get through school, get through a rough patch, a fake health issue that they tell him that they have, or things like, a few of them said they want to start a business and need money to start the business, and he would just give them the money. Now, he has his wife and his kids living in the same house that they could afford before they were even graduated from college. So this is a very cheap, lower middle class home. And even though when he was making all this money, he would buy properties, but they would never see the money. It was never like they never had access to it. They didn't know what he had. Everything was being hidden, right? Whatever. So he's like funneling money from all his little side accounts and side whatever to give to these random girls that literally don't touch him, don't do anything with him. Like there is no proof at all that he has ever touched anyone, not even a prostitute, nothing. He has not had physical contact with any of these women, which is wild. Completely text. That's it. Anyways, so now the wife sees that not only is he giving these fake AI that are probably some Indian dude using some AI girl, whatever, and making pictures for Instagram. He's giving this fake persona money and having long conversations with her. And then the wife catches him. He spent something like, I want to say $250,000 to this one fake AI girl that's probably run by a dude somewhere in another country. $250,000. $250,000. Okay, right? Big fight, promises not to do it again. The next time she catches him, it's even more. All in all that she knows of, this is the dollar amount in the last 3 months. Okay, get ready. $850,000. $850,000, right? To these people he's never met, never seen on a video chat, nothing. Just text. Not text, like messages in Instagram type of thing. Not even real text. It's just like back and forth in Instagram. Like really sad. Anyways, so of course, in order to stop the hemorrhaging of the funds, she files for separation so he can no longer wire transfer money out of their account. All right. It turns out he doesn't stop. He continues to do it. So now he's in like violation of this. Ridiculous. Not only that, when he took out the money, he took the money out from a retirement account that he wasn't able to take it out for whatever. I don't know how it works, but he had to pay taxes on taking that money out. So not only did he take $850,000 out that we know of, but he had to pay taxes on that. Yeah. Anyways, so this is a big problem. Of course, they're not going to make it. I don't know if I've explained that properly, but they're not going to make it. So hopefully by the time everything is settled, he hasn't run through everything that they have, which is wild. Anyways, so also, this is not an isolated case. This is getting to be really, really bad. So I'm just telling you guys this because I have a fear that if guys are used to talking to people online and they get used to that sort of like parasocial relationship where you don't know this person, you haven't met them. This is not a real person. You have no proof this is a human. This is probably AI. You have no proof. And you're funneling your retirement to them when you have a family, a wife and kids, and when you yourself are, you know, you're going to need long-term care because you have a lot of health issues. It is wild that this is what the boomers are doing with all of that excess wealth that they have hoarded throughout this like last generation. It's crazy. Like you spent your whole life hoarding wealth for you to retire and give it away to a young, supposedly, but probably not, a young chick or some, Indian guy across, like it's ridiculous that this is happening. So this is just like a warning that don't get used to having those type of relationships online, because once your mind starts going, which it's going for more and more people, they're thinking something like 40% of people will have dementia of this generation. So it's like, it's not looking good, guys. If you do not learn now while your mind is intact, these bitches don't want you. They do not care about you. They are finessing you. If you don't learn the lesson now, when you are older and things don't work very well, you're going to lose everything. And of course, we already know, like, there's like the scams, like they call, they're like, I'm from the bank, give me your account number and I'll look you up or whatever, or something like that to confirm charges. We already know about those scams, and that gets men and women. We know that. But like, it's getting to the point where like, it's really bad. I was always wondering, like, how are they getting all this money? And it's definitely, it's the elderly who have lost their mind and they don't give two shits about their kids, about their wives, about nothing, about passing down generational wealth. They don't want to sell their big homes and like help out their kids and then get a smaller place to live. No, they don't want to do that. These people they're like getting bigger homes. They are wasting their money on themselves. It's me, 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 me. And it's absolutely destroying society. And this is what has been propping up the hoeflation. This is the hoe economy, is because of these people who are demented boomers. Anyways, look. Yeah. And that's the other thing. When it comes to age gap couples, when it's severe, when you know the guy's on his way out, it's completely predatory. These girls are like, what? I'll give him 4 or 5 years and then I get a couple $1,000,000. The grandkids and like children, they don't get anything because it's all going to go to me. That's how it works. And these boomers are like, I got to put me first, kids. I got to put me first. So they don't even care to put their own children in the will, their own properties in a trust for them. Nothing. They're just like, well, if I want the young, hot girl, I have to give her money because that's how it works. Because they're at least smart enough to know that the young, hot girl will not be there unless they're giving tons of money. They know that. And I don't think they're under the delusion that it's love. They know it's not love. They know these people don't love them. They love what they can get from them. They're siphoning this. And I've talked about this with like a lot of my guy friends that are older and they just want to be with really young girls. And I'm just like, you have money. They have nothing. There's a clear imbalance. This is not love. Don't lie to yourself and think it's love. It's not love. Love is nobody has anything and you still agree to be together. That's when you know you love someone. Once somebody has something, the other person wants the thing, not the person. It's a transaction. So just know it's a transaction. Save yourself. Yeah, this is true. The free love lie. It's a lie. It's always been, look, hot people want to bang hot people. Young hot people want to bang young hot people. If a young hot person is giving attention to an old wealthy person, it's not to bang and it's not for love. It is for resources, your resources. And women have no problems poisoning a dude, cutting his kids out of the will, making him sign away stuff while he's like sick and infirmed. They have no problem. You saw that Anna Nicole Smith documentary thing where this dude is like halfway out and she's trying to get him to like sign papers and like taking videos. You said I get everything right. You said I get everything right so she can use it in court. Like that's all the reason they're there. It's not love. Please, guys, learn while you're young and your brains are functioning. There is no age gap love. There's age gap transactional tit for tat, right? Okay. Now let's talk about like, my husband sees a lot of very wealthy people and a lot of them at the end of their life, and he goes to their homes to treat them. So he's very like an intimate relationship. He cries when they die. Like he knows these people. And the saddest thing is you'll see a lot of these boomer guys. They cheated on their wives left them. Their kids hate them for breaking up their families and destroying their families. So the kids don't want to help them. And they're just there in their big house with all of their money hoarded, right? And now they're like getting weak and their brain is going. So of course, what do? They hire these, foreign women to come in and wipe their butts and take care of them, like home health care, like home health aides type of things, right? And this happens time and again. I'm not saying all of them, obviously. I'm just saying time and again, you'll see these women finesse these old dudes because they're young. They're not attractive. Like none of the ones we saw were very attractive, but they were way young. And there's a certain point when you're like a very elderly man, you can't see very well. And anything young looks good to you at that point. Anyway, so these young women finesse these dudes to sign over their properties, their accounts, everything, and or like to legally marry them, not touch them. They're not going to touch them. Trust me. They don't touch them. They're like, sign over everything, and then, I'll take care of you until the end if you sign over everything to me. And these dudes are weak. They're scared. They're demented. They sign over everything to these home health aides. So the home health aides have everything in their name, and the dude starts getting a little more sick. It's a little suspicious. I'm not saying anything, but read the room. This is what's going on. All right. Anyways, and then like the dudes end up like an untimely demise or whatever. And then the home health aides take everything and they're good to go, right? This is how it works. This is the reality of getting old. You need to, when you are young, build trust and an alliance with somebody who will take care of you when you're old, right? And men age way faster and harder, and they get a lot sicker a lot younger than women do. It's just how it is. It's the hormones or something about it. Now, the women are starting to catch up, and I think it could be because women are working longer. So when women work, it drains them. But still, you have to find someone and build social capital with that relationship that they can trust you and that they want to take care of you when you have lost your shit, because it's going to happen more likely than not. And whether you have like some friend groups, like you don't have to get married. You have to like have some people that you can trust, that you take care of. Get some friends around, like, and take care of them, take care of your neighbors, take care of people. Don't be a selfish prick in your big mansion, holding on to your wealth and hoarding it and telling everybody, go make it on your own, kids. Like that's, when you need help, go make it on your own, kids. It's going to bite you in the ass so hard. So like, let's put things into perspective. Anyways, so there was an old man, another old man that my husband knows, and his wife got cancer, right? She lost her hair. She could not, participate in activities, if you know what I mean, for like a year while she was healing from cancer, you guys, from cancer. So he goes to her. He's like, well, I'm not going to stop doing anything. If you can't do it, I'll find somebody else who'll do it. So fine. He goes, he gets some hoes online, pays them, does whatever he wants. She completely detaches from him, does not care about him anymore. She goes through her whole cancer treatment. Then she files for divorce because she survives, because she's just disgusted with this guy, right? Eventually, she does die. She gets really depressed and she dies, whatever. So he's there. His kids now, they don't want anything to do with him because what he did to their mom, like the stress and everything while she needed him, because they figured it out. They were older by the time. So anyways, so they don't want to help him. Now he's going through dementia, right? He's got nobody to call because he's burned every bridge in his boomer life. Basically offed his wife with stress while she needed him the most. He started cycling through these younger girls, and he would call my husband, be like, this one has this STD. Am I going to get it if I get with her? And my husband's like, yes, you will get it. You can't protect yourself from this type of STD. It's like, well, she's young and hot. Like weird, sick stuff like that. Like still trying to get with people he shouldn't be trying to get. Like just be old. Just freaking be old. Get a hobby. What are you doing with your life? Like, why are you so focused on chicks, man? Like, you're like 100 years old already. Like, this is getting sad. Anyways, so he finds some chick that, they get together or whatever. So he starts cycling through different girlfriends. They're always train wrecks because you have to understand the type of woman who's like, I want to be with an elderly dude. They're not okay in the head. They're always like, they're alcoholics, they're drug users, they're mentally unstable. So there's so much drama in his life because of these women. They're calling the cops on him. It's like ridiculous. Okay. Anyways, I think he was like a venture capitalist or something like that before all this happened. So he made a ton of money. Anyways, he is cycling through trash. And then he gets dementia. And now he's like telling his kids to help him. And they're like, no, you didn't help our mother. We saw what you did to her. So, and you didn't help us when we needed money for this and for that growing up. You said, figure it out just like I did. Because that's a boomer mentality. I didn't need any help. You know, your school was $2,000 a year, bro. You did you did a paper route and you paid for your college. What are you talking about? Anyways, so then he ends up getting some chick again who's like, I'll take care of you, whatever. She makes him sign over everything. Now he's like, oh, I lost everything. Kids, will you take care of me? And that's where we are today in the story. The end. Don't be like that. Okay? Don't be like that. And people get mad. They're like, of course, like young women love being with older, successful men. And they love it when they cheat on them. Are you guys kidding yourselves? This is male feminism, to think that you can be old and you deserve a young, hot girl and she's going to love you. It's not love. It's you have resources she wants for free. She wants, and it's not that hard to lay on your back and pretend to be interested for a little bit. You could convince a dude. I don't know how many guys I have known that have gone to strip clubs and they come back saying the stripper actually likes them and would have a real relationship with them. And you're like, oh, what the heck is going on with you? No, it's just not, that's not how the world works. Okay. Love is for two people who have nothing and you still want to be together. Right? Just get that through your head. The rest is a transaction. Now, you are perfectly welcome to have a transactional relationship, but know it's a transactional relationship. And when your sound mind work out a contract, like whatever, as a prenup or whatever, before you have a transactional relationship so that you can be taken care of and get yourself, what's it called? The insurance for like when you need long-term care insurance. If you are going to be a skanky old man, get yourself long-term care, whatever, get yourself a home that you put in a trust or whatever that no relationship finessing can take from you. Set yourself up because you will be a target. It is wild. And do not get used to talking online to strangers that you don't know in real life. Okay. At least if you're going to get finessed, bang them, right? Like be able to bang them. Don't do it online. Like you can literally go to, I think there's a place in Vegas off the strip and pay for it if you really want it. Like stop with this, the stripper likes me crap. Just pay for it. If you really need it, pay for it. It's a professional. Okay, it's a job. Anyways, I'm not saying to do that. Don't do that. It's cringe, but it's better than being homeless when you're 90 years old because you're chasing young chicks. It's weird. Oh, also there was this video of like this guy, his wife had just passed away. He was in his 90s and he took her life insurance money and was giving it to some chick to like basically like live with him. So he was paying her $17,000 a month to live with him, not touch him, just live with him because he was lonely or whatever. She didn't help him clean his whatever. She didn't do any of that for him. She let him on himself, whatever. She didn't care. Like these people are crazy. Like, please be careful. And hot girls are not that impressive. Come on. Just be careful out there. What is this? What is this? Now we're talking. See, guys, 10 minutes of Tony in the chat. Who's Tony? What are we talking about? Did I miss something? Anyways, you guys, that is today's stream. It was a nice short one, unless you guys have anything you want to talk about. Oh my God. Okay, don't wear a raincoat. Just, can you afford kids from everywhere? Like, you guys. Oh my God. Anyways, I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day and a great spring break if it's spring break wherever you guys are. And I will see you all next time. And join the Discord. I updated it in the description, the link. Now it works. So I will see you guys all next time. Have a beautiful day. Be good to people so that when you're old and frail and demented, there'll still be people around who want to make sure you don't die screaming alone in your own filth. Bye.